people yelling, fuck the system. Well, I already did that like an old flame. I was sent to earth with a mission. But first I gotta work through all the old pain, work through all the traumas that affected. My mind, body, spirit is connected. I'm tryna feel good, it's time to heal good. I'm tryna feel good, it's time to heal good. I'm tryna heal.
Hello and good day.
Hello and good day.
I'm Mackenta.
And I'm Tabisha.
And this is Heal Good,
a space where we discuss how to take healing into your own hands.
Because we know if you want to feel good, you gotta heal good. Today, we are going to be talking about the R word, rejection, and how to actually reframe rejection as what it really is redirection. And that's just what it is. That's just the start. Yeah, coming from me, I used to be a person that I hated rejection so much that I wouldn't even put myself out there or go in any situation where I could be rejected because it was just a hit to my ego. Now, I work through really trying to get comfortable with when I'm not for someone or if I'm not for everyone, that's okay.
One concept that I've been trying to, I guess, really get familiar with and understand more is that rejection is spirit's protection. Like when something doesn't work out the way you expect or hope for, you're really being protected from. You're being protected, and there's another direction for you. And maybe personally, I've been in situations where I can be too fixated on like the result of something, and spirit, God, source is just like, that's not the way. We're trying to show you, reroute. But I could be stubborn and be like, no, this is the way I want to go. And they're like, we're trying to save you a little bit of hassle. You're giving yourself more hassle by forcing, a situation or not looking at it from another perspective.
Especially like, because I've always been like a perfectionist, and I used to think that was like a good thing, but really being so fixated on always being perfect, it doesn't allow you to make mistakes that will help you learn. Like it's really, like you always say, it's a lesson or a blessing. Yeah, when you kind of just think that everything is in your own control, you can really view mistakes as failures and just get really caught up in just like, oh, I failed, I did this wrong, this person didn't like me, and start internalizing people's opinions of you, and then you take on those opinions, when really, when you look at successful people, those are the people who failed majorly before they were ever successful, because they needed that route to direct them where they needed to go. But that also requires faith, which I think is something so necessary on the healing journey, is finding where faith fits in for you. Because if you start seeing rejection as like just only like what's wrong with me, it can affect your self-worth, and it make you feel like you're inadequate when not everything isn't for everybody.
It took me so long to learn that, because I feel like when I'm just showing up as myself, again, it's the expectations, I guess, of how I show up, expecting that right back, and sometimes that's not what you're gonna get. Not everything, everyone, place is going to be for you or is going to resonate with you. And I feel like once I started being okay with that, it's just easier for me to be on my journey, because it couldn't really take a hit to your self-esteem, especially if you are a creative person. You're constantly putting yourself out there. There's a certain feedback that you are looking for while you're doing that, and when you don't get it from the places that you expect or hope for, it's a little disheartening. But just remember that there's a whole other plan for you, and your plan and your journey is not going to look like someone else's, or even someone's footsteps that you may be following in, or someone that you're inspired by. It's not going to look like theirs, so
And one gem that one of my mentors, shout out to Eloquence, she's always dropping gems, but validation is for parking.
I love that. I love that.
And it's, when you think of it that way, it's like, yeah, you don't you don't have to seek other people's validation. Gary Vee is a huge, I love seeing how Gary Vee has grown into just talking about stop caring what people think and fail, like encouraging people to fail. Like that really makes me feel better on my journey, because I've been rejected so many times from, you know, applications, or, you know, especially as a music artist, like so many ways you can view things as like gatekeepers, but there's always ways to get in if you just keep trying. There's always ways to get in. And I've had really opportunities when it comes to music that seemed like once in a lifetime opportunities that I was like, I need this, and that fell apart. And now looking back, if those went through, I would not be in a good place. I would not be in safe hands. And I'm like, whoa, by the grace of God, I was saved. But at the time, I thought that was the end. It just comes down to really like believing in yourself.
I guess let's take a moment to give you the episode affirmation.
Affirmation. I've been saying this a lot lately because I need it, because I always want things to go my way. Everything that is for me will show up in the perfect timing.
Say that again.
Everything that is for me will show up in the perfect timing.
Yes.
Affirm it.
Affirm that. It's yours. Just wait on it and be open to all the possibilities.
And that takes the pressure off you to know all the how-tos and know all the answers right away. We got the Soul Journeys deck here.
This is going to be a ritual, okay?
We are going to end by pulling a card to put the intention out there of how to deal with rejection, because regardless, when you do get rejected, it does hurt. So how to move forward, some guidance for us.
Right. Wow. Okay. We have service. I feel good when I can help others. Let's go to service though.
Well, you know what? We want our own message, but you know what? Let's see if this has a message for us.
Let's see if it has a message for us. I feel good when I can help others. One of the most evolved gifts that the soul possesses is giving of itself. This is a reason why it feels good to give. It is because your soul resonates with that vibration. Your soul should be aware that it might currently be in a situation in which it needs to be fulfilled on higher levels. Okay, so this is just kind of bringing me to when you're fixated on something and you know what you want, but your soul's redirecting you in another direction. Sometimes that can feel like rejection, you know? So that's what that was giving. And this can only happen through an attribute of humbly serving and supporting others. This might mean bringing yourself into a heart space and letting everything you involve yourself in come from an attitude of giving freely. You have to learn to direct your green, heart-light energy through your thoughts, actions, and deeds. Look around and see where you can serve another.
You know what? When we feel rejected, it's because we were trying to give something and it wasn't accepted. But what I kept thinking about that is it's kind of like we took what we were going to give and then turned it into like what we didn't get. Where whenever we're in service, when we view ourselves and our gift in service, we're not looking at who it didn't serve. We can look at who it did serve. So for example, this whole podcast, someone could watch it and be like, I hate that shit, I don't like it. That it wasn't for them. Where another person could watch this and be like, oh, I needed to hear this today. And so I'm serving that person, you know, thinking of who you can serve and how you can use your gifts to help people instead of how you can use your gifts to help yourself, you know? Because I'm thinking of like a time where I felt rejected because I wanted something that I wasn't getting. I wasn't doing it out of just pure service. You might think it's a stretch, but I just trust the guidance that...
Yeah, absolutely. Also with us being here, like we're doing this for ourselves. We're not here because we have this healing journey all figured out. Let me tell you, we do not. And you get the full effect, live experience of it, okay, on a weekly basis. But yeah.
And that's I think that really brings you back to like doing things from pure intentions and not worrying about who doesn't like it, because then it becomes a selfish thing when you do it strictly out of the love of doing it, of that maybe it can help someone. Let us know what you think about rejection. I hope you start viewing it as redirection in your own life.
Let us know what you'd like to see more of in the comments, and we'll be here every Wednesday helping you and ourselves heal good.
Here we go again.
Yes! 16 minutes.
Serve. You're serving looks today.